Welcome back to A Picky Vegan. My name is Erica and this is Daughter Diaries. Today I'm going to show you how I make one of my favorite instant noodles that is vegan. It is from this company right here. And we have the hot taste or spicy version. They do have a mild version. So we get this off of Amazon because we can't find it in our local Asian markets. And it comes in a pack of either 4 or a 16 pack. And now, while I can't read any of this, it's a pretty standard set of instructions for making this instant soup. You just need to break up your noodles, heat up a pot of water, and right here it actually says 550 ml, which is milliliters. And if we bring out our measuring cup, we see 500 right here is actually equivalent to, if you turn the cup all the way around, 2 cups. So 550 would be a little over 2 cups. So I add just a little bit over 2 cups of water, and we're going to bring that to a boil. Now, the stove is on, but we're going to be doing an extra step, so we just want it to be at a kind of simmer for right now. So I've already opened this. It comes with noodles on the inside, a packet of your soup seasonings, or it's not a paste, but it's just flakes essentially. And then you have the vegetable packet. There's a lot of instant noodles that come with either like dried chicken or beef or pork or even shrimp, and then it gets rehydrated once you put it in the soup. So we're gonna break up our noodles right here, and I leave it in the bag, and I take the top and I bend it against the counter to break it in half. So you should get something kind of like this, and then I break it down the middle. So once again, leaving it in the bag because this will make a mess. And you just kind of grab it and feel for it, and then press in, take it in half, take the other half on the bottom, break that in half, and then just kind of knead it against the counter a little bit. And it really depends on, how long or short you want the noodles to be. If your pot is big enough, you can just add the entire thing of noodles without breaking it. I've done that before. Or you can break it up to be really fine. Now before we add our noodles, the extra step I mentioned is we're going to leave the soup base as it is, but the vegetable packet. So this particular brand for the vegetable packet, which is also why it's vegan, it doesn't have any meat in it. It has dried green onions, dried carrots, dried seaweed, and dried shiitake mushrooms. I do not like the mushrooms. So normally there's not enough in the vegetable packet for me to throw it in. I usually just don't use vegetable packet. You could also add it to other soup bases if you wanted, but I normally just throw it out. However, if you do have enough in the vegetable packet that you do like, but there's a couple things you're not a fan of, once you know what to look for, you can just remove it. So what I'm going to do is I pour everything onto a paper towel or even a napkin, and you just spread this out. And this is the mushroom right here. It's got this little brown top and then it's like white on the inside. So you take the used packet here and you just toss in whatever you don't like. So I'm going to toss in every piece of mushroom. And I'll probably just collect them all in my hand first and then add it to the packet later. And this, I find, is a really easy way of still having some of the vegetables without having to discard some of the mushrooms. I mean, you are discarding this, but it's different than having to pick it out of your soup after everything's cooked. And then I might do the same thing for the carrots because I'm not a fan of the carrots. It would just be the dried seaweed and green onions. And technically, of course, you could add your own vegetables as well. I haven't done it before because usually the main soup is enough for me. Okay, and as far as I can see, there might be some little tiny pieces of carrots, but that's okay. This is everything I don't like, so we're going to add it to that previous pouch. And once you bring your 2 cups or 550 milliliters, all right, and it's done. It looks and smells so good. Something I forgot to mention is when I'm cooking, since it's cooking for 5 minutes, usually when it gets down to about a minute, I turn the heat down to about low. That's just something I like to do to let it simmer a little more, but it's not necessary at all. There are a lot of times where I don't even do it. So it is going to be very hot. Usually I like to add 2 cubes of ice to mine. Ours aren't really cubes. I was considering, what do you call it instead? But 2 cubes of ice, and that will add a little more water. Something else that affects the flavor, aside of adding your own, like sriracha, Cholula's, or the 2 times spicy sauce I have, or any other seasoning, is how much water is in the end product. So it says to add about 550 milliliters of water or 2 cups of water, and you can do a little over that or a little under that. And the less water you have, the stronger the original flavor is going to be. And I personally like that. But if you like more broth, then that's when you would add a little bit over 2 cups of water. But maybe you do add some kind of hot sauce or other kind of seasonings to help enhance flavor more. The flavor on its own is very good, but I thought that would be kind of helpful to know that the amount of water you have does change how strong it's going to be. So let's go ahead and try a little bit. And I can't remember the last time I had any kind of greenery in here. Like I said, I usually don't have the vegetable packet. This is very good. Now it's already a little spicy on its own. My spicy level of tolerance is very high. But it has a nice little bit of kick to it. The 2 times spicy sauce I added does not make it spicier, just because I find usually when you have the base noodles and you would add either rice or vegetables to it, it tones down the spiciness just a little bit. So since we're adding those couple of drops to a giant thing of soup, it doesn't like make your mouth on fire. But it still has a nice little kick to it, kind of got a chili sweetness. So this is my lunch essentially. You can add other things too. Like I said, you can add either like jalapenos, onions. If you're a vegetarian or even not vegan, you could add a scrambled egg in here. My dad usually just cracks an egg right into the pot and stirs it. He's also added rotisserie chicken before. So I haven't tried adding vegan chicken to this yet, but let me know if you've done that before, adding vegan chicken or other kinds of vegan meat to your instant soups or ramen. But either way, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.